Not only Advaita but also other spiritual traditions are encouraging the seeker to get the attention out of the content and put it into the field, from the content to the field. This movement, bringing the attention to the field, has specific effects in the brain waves. And what you will notice without any equipment is a calming down. The thinking process calms down. If you are able to rest as awareness, or to, in one way or another, move out of content and rest in the field, you will notice that the brain, the thinking process slows down. And that's great. Now, how much? Likely you're going to move from beta waves to alpha waves, which is huge. There is a tremendous difference to live in your everyday life in alpha waves versus beta waves that are high energy waves, and they can exhaust the mind-body organism as well as drive you crazy. So it is a great accomplishment. And this is a recommendation that you find not only in the Advaita path, but in many other spiritual paths. So what is the problem with this recommendation? Well, the problem is that usually you will not be able to stay out of the content and resting as the field for a long period of time. You will be brought back to content, and consequently the mind will accelerate and move back into beta. Why is that? Well, for many reasons, but we live in a world that is not a very peaceful place, and energetically is conducive to a lot of activity, and there is a lot of negativity too in the environment. There is a lot of pollutants that impact the brain. So it could be multiple reasons, but bottom line, most likely you will succeed perhaps to rest as awareness for a while, get out of the content of your life and even the content of the present moment, but the tendency will be to go back to content. So what do? You have to make peace with the content. And that's why Advaita and other paths have methods and recommendations around what to do when you are locked in content. Let's look at those strategies. First of all, you can be locked in content because you need to concentrate and focus into your work, what you are doing, and therefore you cannot just get out of content and rest as the field. In that situation, if your heart is in what you are doing, at least to some degree, you focus into the activity, and most likely your brain will slow down. Obviously, focusing attention into doing brings the attention out of thinking, and that calms down the brain somewhat. May not be as much as resting as awareness, but still is somewhat. And then you feel better. And then when you end your activities, whatever you need to do, you can go back to the field. So that is a given regardless of what spiritual path you are in. Now, if you have been following different teachers in the Advaita path, you will see that they recommend to accept what is. Acceptance. Why is that? Because when you're locked in content, then instead of resisting content, the content of your life and the content in the mind, you begin to practice acceptance. And acceptance brings you into a state of peace and no conflict with the content, and you feel good, and the mind-body organism relaxes. So that's a great practice. And I have talked about resistance and acceptance in previous videos. But I hope this helps you to understand why you need that, why you need acceptance, why you need surrender, why you need to learn to do not resist what is. So even though you are locked in mind stuff, you can practice acceptance of what is, including the thoughts, the emotions, the situations, and so on, and you will do okay. An alternative to this is a practice that comes more from mystical Christianity and also from metaphysical Christianity, which is called thankfulness. And the practice of thankfulness has for purpose the same thing. You are locked into content, but now you befriend the content by focusing the attention into what is positive in the content, and there is always something positive. So you focus into whatever is positive in the present moment, and then you focus there and you say thank you, thank you, thank you internally for this that is happening. And then what is the result of that practice? You begin to feel at peace first, and then even blissful. After a couple of hours practicing this and feeling thankful for everything that happens around you, you begin to feel uplifted and even blissful. Good practice? Absolutely. Very good, right? Very good. And then when you finally can go out of content and back to resting as the field, again, even another reason to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I can rest as the field. So I hope this helps you to attain greater clarity about what you can expect in your practice. Don't expect that you will be able to get out of content and stay there for the rest of your life. It's not going to happen. You get to befriend content also. I want to add again that I am in a cabin in the southern part of Chile, and we use this cabin for retreats. So if you want to participate in a retreat and come here to the most beautiful part of Chile, all this area is full of volcanoes and lakes, it's very beautiful, and have a spiritual retreat, follow a link below this video and you will see what the program is about.